With the end of the Dragon Ball Super manga last March, the final episode revealed an interesting feat when it comes to power scaling. Base Goku, Base Frieza, and Android 17 all fighting together against a now weakened Jiren. With Goku and Frieza both fighting at a similar level to Android 17, an artificial being with infinite energy or infinite stamina, the argument has become, well, if Android 17 never gets weaker because of his infinite stamina, then Base Goku and Base Frieza are both equal to Android 17, which means that the now indeterminate power Base Frieza and Base Goku are as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Goku from the beginning of the tournament of power. Well, at first glance, you might just think that it's an error, or you might just forget that 17 has infinite stamina. But the implications behind this possible feat is that it makes Goku and Frieza a lot stronger in the base forms than they were at the beginning of the tournament of power. Because as we know, Android 17 was at least around the same level of power as Super Saiyan Blue Goku. They sparred in these several episodes before the Tournament of Power, and if Android 17 never loses energy, then Base Goku and Base Frieza, they have to be on that level of Android 17. So in this video, I'm going to go over the evidence and counter-evidence to this claim that Base Goku is at the same level of power as Android 17, meaning Base Goku is around the power of Super Saiyan Blue Goku from the beginning of the Tournament of Power. If you do end up enjoying the video, then please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as well as turning on notifications to be notified every time I upload a Dragon Ball video. Okay guys, this is actually a very hotly debated topic. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I talked about it myself a lot with friends, and I've seen many people wanting to call this an inconsistency because they say there's no way that Goku's going to get this much stronger over the course of a single tournament, a 48-minute long tournament, and essentially thousands of times stronger over the course of a single tournament. This thousands of time number is a lowball based on the fact that the Super Saiyan Blue multiplier is that big. Super Saiyan 3 is at least a 400 times multiplier. I have scaled Super Saiyan God to be a several hundreds of times multiplier on top of Super Saiyan 3. If we say just 200 times, that makes Super Saiyan God at least an 80,000 times multiplier, and Super Saiyan Blue would at least be a 50 times multiplier on top of Super Saiyan God, making the Super Saiyan Blue multiplier at least 4 million times base form. This means Goku likely actually got millions of times stronger over the course of 48 minutes if you agree with this argument, including Android 17. Now there is a canon explanation of this from Akira Toriyama himself. He stated that in the same interview that featured the God scale surrounding the Battle of the Gods movie, that had the fight gone on longer, Goku would keep getting stronger to the point where he would have surpassed Beerus. So Saiyans do get stronger over the course of single battles, and Goku had many battles in this tournament over the course of nearly an hour. So Toriyama states that Saiyans like Goku can get stronger quickly over time, and the fact that Android 17 doesn't get weaker in battle, does this mean that since Base Goku is as strong as Android 17, does that mean that he's as strong as his old Super Saiyan Blue self? Well, it is probably the case, but there is some counter evidence that is important that I do want to get over first. This is talking about the correlation between stamina, strength, and durability. See, the androids have infinite stamina, therefore they never get tired. Because of this, they can spam very powerful blasts of energy without losing an ounce of power. But when they are fighting regular key users, this gives them an advantage, a huge advantage, because the key users will get weaker over the course of the fight due to stamina loss. But one thing that is important is how durability should affect strength and its effects on the stamina. If I had infinite energy like the androids, this means I could never lose stamina. It doesn't make me any stronger, but it lets me output my maximum strength without losing energy. My max squat is 600 pounds. Usually I could do this for only one rep because it's my max rep. But as an infinite energy model android, I would be able to squat this 600 pounds infinitely. Now, if some dude walked into my gym and shot my leg, it's going to be damaging my muscle, cause me to lose blood, potentially cause the shattering of ligaments and bones. Now immediately, I would need to drop the weight. Now at this point, I stop the bleeding, I remove the bullet, rub some alcohol on it, and then stitch it up. Now let's say I'm lucky and the bullet only damaged my muscle tissue. Now this is still going to affect the strength of my leg pretty bad. The muscle's damaged and I lost a lot of blood. I would probably still be able to painfully lift a couple hundred pounds for one rep though, if I really wanted to be a man about it. Now if I'm an infinite energy model android, I can still lift this weight of 200 pounds or whatever for an infinite amount of times, but I can no longer lift 600 pounds for an infinite amount of times because my leg is damaged. I'm injured. Now going on through all of the shit Android 17 had gone through over the Tournament of Power, including sacrificing himself against Jiren to no avail, this attack should have damaged him as it was something stronger than himself. He then got wounded again by Jiren when 17 trapped him inside of his energy force field and the attack stayed inside and damaged both of them. There's no doubt that the final battle with Jiren, Goku, and Frieza, taking out and defeating Jiren to win the tournament, that 17 is wounded. He looks wounded, and especially acts like it when he reveals himself to actually still be alive. So it is possible that the explanation for Goku and Frieza in base forms being on the level of Android 17 is that Android 17 himself, at that point, had been weakened a lot. Now, is there proof that androids get weaker from battle wounds, though? There is some, and for that we have to go to Android 16, whom, although he's a bit different from 17 and 18, he is still an infinite energy model. But when parts of his head get blown off by semi-perfect Cell, he survives it, but is so wounded that he can barely even fly. So, at least massive wounds will affect the infinite energy androids in their power level. But there are some counterpoints to this as well, mainly brought up by my friend Bluestone. You should check out his channel and subscribe to him down below. But we were discussing this topic on Twitter, and I brought up the previous Android 16 comment and made this counterpoint. And then he made this counterpoint to my counterpoint. That he stated it's possible that this affected Android 16's operating software because it was in his head, which makes it possible that damage from limbs or body shot will not affect the amount of power relative to stamina that he can emit. He also brought up an argument that supports the fact that androids still retain their power when they are damaged, and that is referring to the Android 18 versus Super Saiyan Vegeta fight. After Vegeta lands a few punches and knocks her into a mountain, it looks like she might have sustained some battle damage. Her clothes are tattered, and she may have bruises on her forehead, although this could just be dust or dirt. Yet despite the fact that she might have sustained damage, Piccolo still states that she hasn't lost any power while fighting Super Saiyan Vegeta, and then admits that Vegeta is constantly losing stamina throughout this fight. My counter to this was that Vegeta himself said that he did not damage her at all, but then Bluestone said that Vegeta can't sense 18's ki, but then that also means Piccolo can't sense her ki either. So how does he know that she isn't losing any power when she's fighting Vegeta? So we both can't really go anywhere on this one, but there's a bit more evidence supporting the fact that 18 didn't sustain damage against Vegeta. Also, just the whole context of the fight is surrounding stamina, which means that it was Piccolo was probably alluding to that. So this is overall my thoughts, guys. I think it's entirely possible that Base Goku is as strong as Android 17, but there is some evidence going against that. But overall, I think if more info needs to come out soon, I tried to find a few guides, but I couldn't really find any information that further supported either case. I just want to add more interesting info to this interesting argument. What are your thoughts, guys? Do you think Base Goku's as strong as 17, or do you agree with the partial point of mine in that if the androids get damaged, they still have infinite stamina, but their power output is lesser than it was before? But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you did enjoy, please do leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.